My name is Brandon Munoz, and this is my group speech. Okay, imagine having a child, and instead of him or her being a kid, they're overweight, and they are tied down to the couch or their chair, and you would imagine that most of these kids, they just have physical disabilities, they can't move around as well, but a lot of the obstacles that they go through are also social and mental. So, of course, there are health issues. A lot of kids are having diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is usually seen in adults because they're overweight. And the way that you can prevent it is exercising and losing weight. But according to the CDC, the Center for Disease Control, more and more kids are having type 2 diabetes instead of type 1, which you can't prevent. They're having type 2, which they can prevent. And, it's not their fault when you see a toddler, they don't know any better. They just do what their parents let them do. And also an issue is high cholesterol and hypertension. These are all risk factors that will lead with them for the rest of their lives. And it's not something that you can just get rid of really easily. Another thing is social effects. So kids are, as we all know, they're brutally honest. So when they're around in pre-K or kindergarten, they're going to be around kids who are active and who are eating well and have good habits. And they're going to get teased and they are going to feel bad about themselves. So in the long run, they're going to get picked on and they're going to have low self-esteem, which no parent wants their kid to have low self-esteem, which eventually leads to depression. And so they're going to end up not having as many friends, and they're going to be secluded, and they're going to be introverted. So instead of going out and hanging out with friends, they're going to be inside and not talking to people and being on the internet. And a lot of parents, it's hard to notice when your child is going through depression, but a lot of these kids definitely do go through depression. And also, it's harder for these kids that are overweight to go outside and to play and to run around because they don't exercise. And this is all stuff that can easily be prevented. These are habits that their parents teach them, or they follow what they are led by. So if you see your parent not exercising, or you see very little of them, you're just going to do what you see. And if a kid is going to have more fun sitting down and eating what tastes good and watching television rather than, actually doing something. So as you can see, kids are going to do what their families do. So if you see a kid that's overweight, usually their parents are overweight. And what's going to happen is they're going to go through this cycle of when they have children, their children are most likely going to be overweight as well. And their children are going to be overweight because they're never going to have that consistency of having a balanced diet and having a good example. So as you can see, childhood obesity affects much more than just the physical aspects and can affect a child's complete being.